thought I'd do another video and show a little bit of progress on the beds that we're building. So we started the other day, or a couple weeks ago actually, and built this first small bed here. The pallets are just our base. On the outside of the pallet, we're going to have the kind of siding that you put on houses. And then on the inside, it's going to have the same metal that is on right there on the 2-foot wall of the dome. It's a 32 gauge metal sheeting that's 2 feet tall. And so we're going to take that, we're going to bolt some in the very corner over here, overlap the existing, and then have it run all the way on the inside of our beds. The camera doesn't want to focus, there we go. All the way around on the inside of the beds, and then bolt again over there on the other side and connect. We're going to fill these 2-foot beds halfway up the walls with old trees and do Hugelpulter beds. We have lots of old trees on our property, elm trees that we've cut down, more elm trees that we're going to be cutting down. This is my mom's entrance. This is our temporary baby gate set up for the door so that my mom's dogs don't come inside. One of them likes to pee on lots of stuff. And we like to leave the door open because it promotes better cross ventilation and better airflow in here. Even though we have 3 fans, it's a very large space. So coming along the far, this is like the largest bed. This is the south side of the dome. This bed's not quite filled in yet because underneath here, running the whole length of all these beds, we have a 4-inch flexible tubing. Sorry, the fan is probably really loud. It vibrates sometimes based on the direction of the wind. And this flexible tubing is going to be hooked up to an in-soil ventilation system. It doesn't really ventilate the soil, that's kind of the wrong word. What it does is pulls air from the north side of the dome, where the pond is, the ends of those tubes. One comes up behind the pond on each side. And there are little fans that suck air in or pull air out, depending on which way you have it oriented for the season. And then it pushes air or pulls air through the entire tube. So over here in the bed, we will have the inlets, and they'll be popping up out of the soil on the top. And then over at the dome, the pond end, they'll be pulling warm air from the pond. It flows through the soil in the beds on the outside and either warms the soil or cools the soil depending on the time of year and how you have the fan set. It's one of the features of this dome to help keep the soil wet or cool. Not wet, but warm or cool, depending on what the season is. And since this bed is the exterior bed against the outer wall, it will help regulate temperatures in the wintertime. So it goes underneath all of our 30-inch walls. The wall coming out from the dome wall is 30 inches from there to there. That's another baby gate pallet. And then our bed starts up here, and we have another short little bed on this side. We don't currently have electricity, and all of our stuff's sorted, so we've got extension cords going all over the place in here. It's probably, my work would probably freak out. Anyway, so the trench comes, and see that pipe there? It'll stick up out of the back near the pond. We're gonna have to attach a little bit extra to it to get it to attach to that white thing right there that's sitting on the shelf. That is the little pump that it attaches to pull air.